Welcome to Shaq's house. Shaq's house. That's our Shaq. You're now in Shaq's house. Shaq's house. Shaq. Welcome to Shaq's house.
What's up, folks? It's your boy Shaq House here. Happy Easter Sunday, y'all. It's very appropriate that it's Easter right now because the topic of the day are mutants who got the power of God himself. That's right, reality warpers. But who are we talking about? The Omega level reality warpers, the ones that were officialized during the House of X storyline. But again, who are we talking about?
In the Marvel Universe, reality is defined as the sum or aggregate of all that is real or existent within a system. It's comprised of time, space, matter, and energy. There are several examples and characters who have the superhuman ability to manipulate, alter, or warp reality. But literally speaking, to warp is to change or affect, and reality is, well, everything. So by the broadest definition of the term, reality warping is doing anything. There are several examples outside of comics of characters who had this ability. The title character of the 2003 movie Bruce Almighty, he was given the power of God himself and could do anything. And most recently, Jobu Tapaki in the mega hit Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, look right here as she turns these cop nightsticks into dildos and has a literal cockfight. Go ahead on, girl. A person with this ability, though limited in some fashion, can essentially do anything that they imagine. Reality warping is effects or changes which override the natural laws of the universe. For example, changing the course of history without time travel, high-level molecular manipulation, warping physical objects in size and shape without adding or displacing their mass, creating something out of nothing or turning something into nothing, rearranging universal facets like gravity or spatial vectors, or tesseracting, that is, creating excess amounts of space within a given volume. Now obviously, most of the above listed effects can be created without reality warping. It's typically the manner in which something is done that makes it reality warping. Any form of moving matter, whether weather control, pyro or hydrokinesis, or molecular disintegration, they may qualify as telekinesis. A megamorph, like those using the PIM particles, they can grow to colossal size by accessing a subdimensional source of mass. But a reality warper can grow to colossal size by conjuring new matter and molecules to act as they wish. A disintegration ray can reduce someone to stray molecules, but a reality warper can simply wish you out of existence, and so forth. Now, there are artifacts which can be utilized by a wielder to alter reality. The Cosmic Cube is literally a handheld cube containing extra-dimensional energy which the wielder can use to alter reality at their whim. It's basically a genie's lamp or a monkey's paw. You wish for something, and it provides them. Now, the Infinity Gauntlet, though it includes a reality gem which already alters reality, provides direct power over its 6 aspects. But the wielder can control these things as they choose, instead of asking the gauntlet to do everything for them. Now, for mutants that have the power to manipulate reality, 3 come to mind, and they're all Omega level, and they have different limits and differences in how their powers operate. Proteus, Kevin McTaggart. He typically seems to be limited to altering existing elements of reality as opposed to creating anything new. And plus, his power is limited by line of sight, and his energy form is vulnerable to metal, or at least it originally was. How that's affected him since his subsequent incarnations, that's disappeared, and whatever his limits are now are unknown. He can typically manipulate matter and energy, the laws of physics like gravity and spatial dimensions, but he's never just created something new. He's only altered what already is. He also has not demonstrated any universal control over memory or history. His power is psionic, and he's a being of pure psionic energy who inhabits host bodies most of the time. So it makes sense that his power to alter reality would be using psionic energy as a base. But he seems to be the most limited form of reality warper. He just manipulates the fundamental forces of the universe, but not necessarily the universe itself. Now, Monarch, or Jamie Braddock, he's a quantum-based reality warper. He seems to be a subatomic energy manipulator for how his power operates. He perceives the quantum strings that comprise reality and rearranges them to achieve macroscopic results. He changes existing reality instead of creating a new reality. His powers seem to have expanded during the Forsaken Arc and Uncanny X-Force, so his full limits may have been even higher now. Now, Franklin Richards, on the other hand, he can conjure up new universes at will. I mean, granted, his most powerful incarnations have been Avatar, the version of himself that he aged himself into, having his father's scientific knowledge and having his full power, but only a childlike understanding of it, and the Days of Future Past version of himself, his adult variant that had full access to his abilities. As for universes, he can control their growth, shape their physical laws, and conjure new elements to the universe, like what Onslaught did with Franklin's powers when he created a second sun in the sky. But Franklin hasn't demonstrated absolute control over life and death, however, other than nurturing the development of life in one of his universes. So while there were many people created by Franklin to inhabit the Heroes Reborn universe, he has not shown the ability to individually wish them in and out of existence. That's not to say that he couldn't do that, but he hasn't been shown to do it as part of his capabilities. He's far more powerful than Proteus or Jamie Braddock, who only manipulate existing reality to a high degree. Now, Proteus and Jamie, they could probably be defeated by someone like Mad Jim Jaspers, like bringing them to a reality where there is nothing but emptiness and they can be destroyed in that manner, as there will be no reality for them to manipulate. Now, Franklin, on the other hand, he can and would create new reality even in the presence of none. Now, side note, Wanda Maximoff, had to bring her up. Wanda, with the Life Force, was both stronger and weaker than Franklin and the others. She could create pocket reality scenarios, like creating new histories or sequences of events within her range of influence. Like, for example, reality in one room or one building, or eventually one planet could be altered to fit a new history dictated by Wanda's whims, like the House of M reality. House of M did not extend beyond the boundaries of Earth or its solar system, however. Wanda, she could selectively alter individual aspects of that universe, including life and death. In the House of M, she resurrected a number of people who were already dead in the 616 reality, and with Hawkeye in particular, demonstrating the ability to unmake and make him repeatedly. So while Franklin, he can create new universes out of nothing, Wanda, she can create new histories, what-if realities essentially, for our existing universe. And furthermore, I still consider them both mutants. Alright, Shackhousers, that's what I got for you today. Happy Easter Sunday or Easter Monday, whichever one you choose to celebrate, but I'll be back next week with something else. See you then. Later.
Mansion, apartment.
Shack house. Yes!